Hi, my name is Emeka Nobis. Good to be in your face. In 2010, I became quite very intentional on social media online, utilizing the social media to be able to share my thoughts, my ideas, my strategies, sell my knowledge online. And it's been quite a very beautiful, fantastic journey of ups and downs and ups and downs. Selling online is actually a very beautiful experience, but over the years I've been able to get some form of experiences that I want to share with you. I know that you are currently online and you want to be able to put out your knowledge there, you want to put out your products there, you want to be able to sell a whole lot more and make a whole lot more money. That's the objective and desire of anyone who really wants to come online and be able to make money. So over the years I've gained some some form of experiences, and in my session, in this teaching today, I'm going to be sharing with you 11 things that can help you to sell online, specifically, particularly to Nigerians, right? So I've sold to Nigerians, I've sold to people who are not Nigerians outside of the nation, but particularly if you're selling to Nigerians, the things that you ought to be doing online, right, to be able to sell to them and make a lot more money for yourself. So I've got my notes with me. I'm going to be looking at my notes to be able to do the teaching today, right? And I do hope that you've got your own notes and you've got your pen to be able to write down, not just to say, he's releasing Rema. Oh, that's great thought. But I just want to be able to write these things down because they're going to help you when you come online and you want to sell to people who are following you, selling to your audience, and be able to make money from them. But before I go ahead, I want you to do two things. I usually want to connect with you via email. I want to be your friend via email. So go ahead now to www.emekanobis.com, and when it pops up, there's something to download there, right? There's a resource I usually give away to people who visit my website. So when you click it, put in your email so that I can start to reach out to you via emails. That's the place where networking not cause asunder between two of us, or the owners of social media won't come to interrupt our flow. All right, so go ahead and put your name and your email. Then secondly, I want you to go ahead right now and share this video. All right, share this video to as many friends, to people who are your friends on your timeline, so that they themselves can also participate in what it is that we are teaching. I'm teaching right here, and they themselves can make money. There's something I believe that the more people are empowered financially, the more they become prosperous, and the more that we can live in harmony, the more that we can have a harmonious society where everyone is living peaceably with everyone. It's an ideal situation, but I think that if we can empower a lot more people around us, then we can live peaceably and in harmony with everyone that is around us. All right, so do those two things and let's jump right into it. I want to make you understand that marketing online is 80% of psychology and 20% of the strategies and the gimmicks and the tips and the other systems that you think, all right, the landing pages and all those kind of stuff. Is 80% psychology, as I'm going to be showing you during the session. Is 80% psychology and 20% of all the systems and all the strategies and all the other things that you have been cramming your head with, all right? Before we go into that deeply, I want you to have 3 convictions. If you're coming online to sell, you've got to have 3 convictions to be able to sell profitably online. The first conviction is that you must be convinced that what you're selling actually works. You can't come online and be selling things that don't work, because if they don't work, people are going to spread story about what it is that is not working for you, the things that you're not selling that are not working, and it can come up to bite you. You can create so many negative reviews about what it is that you're selling, that even when you move away from the things that are bad that you're doing to actually becoming good, people never forget those things. All right, so you have to have a conviction first and foremost that what you're offering people online that you're selling must be working. Those things must create the results that the product has been designed to create. That's the truth. The second conviction that you ought to have is that you ought to believe in the price that you're selling and that you're worth selling at that price. So it doesn't matter, even if you're selling something for $1, for $1,000, for $2,000, for $5 million, you've got to have the conviction that is the price that you've placed upon your product, upon your experience, upon your training, upon the thing that you're selling, and that it actually is worth it for people to buy. That's the second conviction that you've got to have. The third conviction that you have to have is that you are worthy to sell. You have to have the conviction. If you don't have the conviction that you're worthy enough to sell, then you can't carry yourself with the stamina, with the belief, with the energy, with the passion to be able to come online to sell. So you've got to have these three convictions. Conviction that what you are offering as a product works. Conviction that the price at which you're offering is worthy to be offered to the buying public. And the third conviction is that you are worthy to be the one selling what it is that you're selling. Those three convictions must be embedded in your heart, embedded in your head, because they will form the foundation for every of your activities you're doing online. Okay, the number one thing I want to share with you is that people online have very deep trust issues, and you wouldn't blame them, because a lot of people have done so many unprintable things online. The word scam is easy to shout, and that's the truth. And that word scam, as they are shouting, it is coming from a place of pain, a place where they don't want to experience the negativity of the past. They don't want to experience the pain of the past. A lot of things happen on Instagram. Some people set up pages on Instagram and they're selling shoes or selling wigs or selling clothes, and then you pay them and then they block you off. You can't find them. So those kinds of experiences, a lot of people, especially Nigerians, have had those experiences. And so they are looking at what it is that you're doing sometimes from the lens. Is this one original? Is this one fake? Is this one a scammer? What is it exactly selling? So they come with that. And when they scream scam, look at it from the point of view that they are experiencing, they're just reflecting the pain of the past. So a lot of Nigerians have deep trust issues, and there are two things basically that I advise people to do to be able to erase these trust issues. The first thing is that give people the opportunity to experience you. All right, so what I mean by that is they want to call you, they want to see you on camera, they want to know that you exist, they want to find out a place where they can get across to you in case they have doubts, in case they have challenges, in case they have things that they want to rough out, right? So give them opportunity to be able to reach you. I'm not saying everybody should call you, because I sell things online. Whenever I launch something online, it's not every one of them that wants to call me, but give people the opportunity to at least place a phone call or to have a video call with you, something that can ask to make them feel at peace to want to buy what it is that you're offering, right? I remember one particular time that I was doing a campaign, and I sent a message via my Facebook Messenger bot when I used to use Facebook Messenger bot, and I was doing a campaign for a guy who was sick at the time. So I wanted people to contribute money towards that campaign. One guy received the message and came back to me and lashed out at me that I was a scammer. That I think he had just gotten into my Facebook Messenger bot 3 or 4 days before then, and I had been sharing great value. So for him to see me requesting for money to be sent, and that money was to be sent to my personal account, right? Because usually I do campaigns, and most of the campaigns I do, I raise the money via people sending money to my account, and then I send out to the individual who needs it. And so the guy saw that, and then it wasn't my usual message. So what he did was to reach out across to me after having shouted the word scam. So reached out across to me and said he wanted to have a WhatsApp call with me, that I should send him my WhatsApp number. So I did, and then he called. And the moment he saw my face, he was like, boss, sorry, you know, SACB, things in Nigeria, people don't know, he felt that my timeline had been hacked, my profile had been hacked, and so he was apologetic. And then I said, yeah, I understand, so he sent even more than the amount that he intended to send. I think he wanted to send 10,000, and at the end of the day, he sent 20,000 towards that campaign. So give people the opportunity to experience you, to call you, to see your face, and it helps them to put away the doubts that they have concerning the product that you're selling. Another way I do it is the content that you're creating. right? So we can't say that you're selling something online and we can't see a semblance of what it is that you're doing online. So I had this particular guy who came on one of the posts that I made one time about the Facebook, learning Facebook ads and how to do Facebook ads. And this guy came in the comment section and said that he could teach people for free how to run Facebook ads. And so I went to his timeline to just go check him out. I scrolled down 20 posts and I couldn't see anything that had to do with Facebook ads. Some of the posts were just jocular posts, things that had to do with, a lot of things that were just all over his timeline, but nothing had any semblance whatsoever regarding him being able to run Facebook ads. But if you visit someone like Kenan Namani, or visit someone that's Caesar Namani, right? Kenan Dubisi, sorry, not Kenan Namani, Kenan Dubisi. When you visit his timeline, you can't scroll down 20 posts and you can't find something that is speaking about how to do Facebook, how to run Facebook ads. And then look at someone like Chioma Ifeanyi. If you go, it's all about accounting, and sales and all that. So by the time you create such content, right? You create such phenomenal content, people tend to believe you, people tend to trust you, and then they have the doubts about what it is that you're providing will continue to reduce to zero. And so when you bring out something online and you're selling, people tend to buy their numbers without even querying it. So give them the opportunity to connect with you, and then also consistently create the kind of content that will make people to believe you when they come. So they read, they consume. Okay, this guy really understands what he's saying, or this lady understands what she's saying, and she's someone that is credible that we can buy something from. That's what you have to do. So remember that people have trust issues. So you have to be able to do what you have to do to be able to erase those trust issues. And those two things that I shared with you are two key things that you ought to start doing if you've not been doing them to be able to erase the trust issues. The second thing I want to share with you is that you have to be able to disrupt what they are looking at, what they're experiencing with visuals. Disrupt with your visuals. I see a lot of individuals, they come online, they are trying to launch a product, maybe a book or a training or a product of theirs, and they're using one particular flyer all the time. It's something that you need to stop doing if you've been doing it. First, if I'm launching a campaign, or I'm doing a campaign about a training or a product of mine that I'm doing or I'm about to release, I create flyers of different colors. Yes, people will say your brand colors. Yes, that's fantastic. I have my brand colors are white, red, and blue. But I could create a flyer in red, I could create a flyer in yellow, I can create a flyer in blue. What it means is that you consistently disrupt people's feeling or people's perception of what it is that you have to say. So if they consistently see blue all the time, they just believe or just feel that they have seen it a lot of time. And when they're scrolling on their timeline, they tend to move away and they don't want to look. Maybe you create content that has to do with, maybe you're launching a campaign that has to do with cooking. And then the first content that you created was how to cook eggs. Let me use that example. All right. And then you put the blue flyer. And then you create another content that has to do with frying yams. And then you put the same flyer. And then you create another content that has to do with how to make gari, and then you put the same flyer. So the thing is that they may be looking at the same flyer, but they're not reading the content that you are together creating with the flyer, because they have already believed and feeling that it's the same thing that you're creating. But they're creating this different content, and that can affect the kind of conversions and the sales that you are going to be making with that campaign. So try to disrupt them with visuals. Don't use the same flyer. It's a very fatal flaw that I see a lot of people do. The same flyer all the time. So switch up things. Sometimes use yourself as an example. All right, use yourself in the pictures. Most times when I'm launching certain things, I use unusual pictures. I can use my leg, I can take a picture of my head, I can take a picture of something I saw, I can even take a picture of an animal, I can take a picture of the desk, unusual stuff that will make them to stop and want to say, okay, let me take a look at what he's sharing, and then they read the content, and the content is directing them to something to buy, that thing that I really intended them to buy. But if I keep on putting the same book cover, the same product cover, the same flyer in their face, they will have what we call fatigue. flyer fatigue, and when they see it next time, they just assume that they must have gotten the knowledge before or gotten information before, and then they just move on. You don't want that happening to your campaign. All right, so when it comes to designs, also the designs of flyers, two things I really want to share with you is that make your design to be special. People clog up a lot of things in there on their flyers and expecting that people have the time to read all those things, and so you see all the bonuses, you see because you want people to just feel okay, it's plenty, and because it's plenty, let me pay, because it's going to give. No, you clog up people. You make understanding the flyer difficult. So make it special. I mean, there has to be a lot of space. Sometimes I make this analogy sometimes when I go to speak at events, and I say that when I move on the road and I see the billboards of most of the churches who are doing programs, you see all the pastors just clogged up on the flyer, all the information just clogged up on the flyer. And assuming that you're driving and you have just 2 minutes or 1 minute to be able to take a look at the billboard and understand the event, understand the program without a lot of fuss, without a lot of confusion. So it's easier. You just see it and then you're able to understand what it is on the flyer without a lot of your eyes moving everywhere, because that movement of your eyes everywhere creates confusion in the head, and then people are, oh Lord, it's too much, and then the brain just gets tired and don't want to check it out again. You get me what I'm saying? So you have to be able to design your flyer in such a way that is special, a lot of space that gives the eye the opportunity to just easily catch what it is that you share on the flyer without a lot of force. The second thing about flyers is use colors that pop out in people's eyes. I see individuals who say, okay, they just love light yellow, they just love light purple, they just love, because they feel comfortable about it. The truth is that a lot of individuals, they are projecting what they just are passionate about, not minding what the market really wants, not minding what is actually working there. So your colors have to be popping to just be able to get into the eyes, because eyes are where you can receive. Most times for a lot of individuals online, they perceive immediately with their eyes. So if you don't give the eyes something to just feed on immediately, then you lose the attention. That's how it is. You lose the attention. So you've got to be able to get to the point where they are able to just look at, and then it jumps into their eyes, and then they want to take that decision immediately or within a small frame of time. So your flyers have to be special. Don't clog your flyers with a lot of things. Make them special, right? I mean, a lot of space, so that it gives the eye the ability to just catch what it is that you're saying. And then secondly, don't just be too stylish with your fonts on your flyers and the colors that you're using and saying it's just me, I just like it like that. It's not particularly about what it is that you like. It's about how the audience that you're reaching out to perceive things, receive things, so that you can be able to penetrate and get them buying is important. The third thing I want to share with you is you have to be stupidly simple with your communication. You have to be stupidly simple. When I was younger, I used to feel that if I write with big words, people will see me as one intelligent guy, and then they want to connect with me. They want to. My father kept on warning me. It was until I wrote my first book. My first book was 296 pages, and then I began to sell. The feedback that I began to get from individuals, they read some words, some lines. The next thing, they want to open the dictionary to check out a word. It made reading boring for them. It made reading reading a very serious activity for them, which they didn't want. They just wanted to be able to read the book, stay in a place and read the book, not just going looking for a dictionary. Majority of people online are not keen on checking the dictionary. Majority are not keen. So they're not moved by all your high-sounding words. The simpler you make your words, make your words stupidly simple. The more you do that, the more you're able to penetrate. So these days, what I'm thinking, the people I'm reaching out, maybe they're just kindergarten. What kind of words can I use to be able to reach out to people who are kindergarten, right? Very simple. Instead of using the word like obfuscate. Obfuscate is the same thing as confusion. Make it simple, like confusion. Confuse is the word that a lot of people understand. So don't complicate things. Be very simple. It was at the time that I was getting the feedback from individuals that they were opening the dictionary all the time to be able to check me out. That was the time I realized what my father was telling me many years ago. Today, my communication online is very simple, very, very simple, so that somebody can understand it. You know, a lot of people who are in tech tend to make this mistake sometimes. So they go, when they are pitching or prospecting, they use those technical lingo, like you're telling someone who is a farmer, and you're telling him ranking and SEO and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't really understand all those things. Someone who owns a school and is about 60 years old, he doesn't understand those things. If you're able to tell him that if you design this website for him, anybody who is coming into the city will be able to find them and come to them and want to work with them and want to enroll into their school. The moment they start to hear that, it's very simple. Then they begin to listen to you. But if you go and tell them that this website is going to rank, this website is going to have high SEO and all that kind of stuff, you confuse them, and it's difficult for them to even want to listen to you, because some of them already feel that when you come with all those high ranking, all those high sounding words, then you're trying to play with their brain so that you can collect money from them. So be simple enough. The fourth thing is that people tend to ask very stupid questions online. Very, very, I can tell you that. So you put out a flyer, there's a date on the flyer, there is a time on the flyer, every detail is on the flyer that is needed. And then the person comes into your inbox and starts to ask you the time, the date, everything that they ought to have seen concerning the information is on the flyer, is on the landing page, is there, everything. But they still come back. Learn not to be angry with these people, but to respond. No matter how stupid you think that the questions are. It's annoying, but try to respond. The thing is that you're looking for a sale, not just an opportunity to make someone leave stupidity. Well, that could sound derogatory, but that's not what I actually mean. Your role is to extract a sale. So answer the questions. So people come to me and they see everything. I give them the link. They say, okay, on the link, they didn't really see. I say, okay, they didn't really read down. Sometimes I go and copy that and I paste in their face, and then they get to see it. And then I smile. By the time I have gotten the sale, then it's an opportunity for me to educate the individual regarding ethics of reading information online before they start asking questions. All right, so people are asking very stupid questions online. Your role is to respond to them. Respond because you are looking to make the sale. Don't start to argue or start to make them look stupid and all that kind of stuff. Respond. It doesn't take you anything. Just respond. Even if you have lots of them, you can appoint someone in your team or a virtual assistant to someone whose role will be to answer those stupid questions, and you will see your sales multiply. The fifth thing I want to share with you today in this session is, if you are using links to be able to make sales, all right, links that will lead people to somewhere, links that will lead them to make a payment, all right, place the links in many places as possible. Multiple places. For example, you are doing a post, put it at the middle, put it at the beginning, put it at the end, so that their eyes will keep seeing. It's critically important for you to understand this, right? Because I just don't understand it, but that's what I've noticed online. I've noticed that online. So put the links everywhere. So if you visit certain people's landing pages, the moment you are getting on that landing page, right, you are seeing the link at the top. And then they put another link. They tap, they put another link. Because you want to increase the possibilities of people just clicking and buying. So put the links multiple places. It makes for lots of conversions, and lots of conversions mean money for you. They mean sales for you, and they mean money for you. It's important for you to understand that. The sixth thing I want to share is always check your inboxes. Your WhatsApp, your Facebook, everywhere. People who don't follow you on Facebook, when they send you a message, the message actually goes in two places. They go to the filtered inbox and they go to the spam. So make it a point of duty every day to check your filtered messages and check your spam. Check your filtered messages and check your spam messages. If you check emails, if you love to check emails, always check your spam emails, your promotions tab, your updates tab, and your spam tabs, not just the regular. So you may be thinking, okay, it's just going to the regular. No. Check your spam, check your updates, check your promotions, because some of this information, they go there and you tend to miss them and you miss sales. Check your filtered messages and check your spam. Every day on Facebook, I check these two places every day. Some of the messages can come inbox, some of them will go to the filtered messages, and some of them will go to the spam. You need to be able to check your inbox. And please, stop asking people how they got your number to call you. You're in business. Your role is to receive calls, the calls that can translate to sales. Except you are running from the law, except you are running from the hands of the law, or from people who are collecting tax and all that, except you're running from one form of crime that you committed. But if you are a person of integrity, if you're open, then don't ask people where they got your number from. They called you, pick the calls. Don't be saying because you're in business, I don't like to pick unknown numbers. I don't like to pick. Man, what the heck are you talking about? I remember a particular time someone flashed me 3 times. He flashed me the first time I wanted to speak, he cut it. He flashed me again the second time I wanted to pick, he cut it. I called back. This guy ended up buying a plot of land because I'm the brand ambassador of a real estate company. A plot of land that was $750,000 at the time, but he couldn't call. He flashed. Whatever made that guy to take that action to today, I don't know. But I called back, and then I eventually made a sale, and I got a commission as a result of that sale. So stop asking people. Call numbers back. If you have been somewhere and you receive calls, maybe you've been doing something else, call the numbers back. Call the numbers back. You never can tell who is calling. Your role as a business individual who's selling online is to be able to make money from all the things that you're doing. So call the numbers back. Then the 7th thing is create multiple products and give people the chance to buy more. I see a lot of people do this, in the internet space, which is amazing. So you are checking out from the landing page, you've bought the product. Maybe you bought a book or you bought a training, and then as you're checking out, you see below it, they give you something extra like a template to help you to deal, right? And you look at it, okay, it's just $2 or $4, and then they add to the cart. Extra money has been put in there for you, right? So give people options, give them a lot more products, so that even as the time they're checking out on your website and they're checking through, and then they want to buy more. It's a very beautiful place to be. Right now I'm not really doing this because my website is being worked on, but by the time my website e-commerce is up, I'll put everything, my resources, so from day to day, all I need to do is to put out a link, and people will just go there, and then they're walking around and checking things. I like this one. They're downloading this one for free, and they're seeing this one, they're seeing the other one, and they're adding to cart. Make a lot more money for me. So think about that. If you've got a website, if you've got an e-commerce site, think of how you can create a lot more options so that people, when they get there, as about to move away, then they're able to download, they're able to buy a lot more from you. The 8th thing I want to share with you is that utilize seasons a lot. All right. In 2020, someone made me laugh so much. Anyway, I didn't just want to sound derogatory concerning the issues of faith, but she said to me that she doesn't participate in Black Fridays. I called her up and I said, Black Friday is coming. This is a time for you to make a lot more money for yourself. So please utilize the Black Friday. The next time I heard that Black Friday is not scriptural, it's not Christian, and so I wouldn't do it. So I had to back off because I didn't have the energy to start explaining. Seasons like Christmas, like Easter, like Black Friday, like the New Year, people are primed culturally to spend money. Your role is to take the money. That's your role. You shouldn't shy away from that, because that's your role as someone who is selling a product or a service online. All right, so people are primed culturally in those times: the New Year, the Valentine's season, the Christmas season, the Salah season, all the seasons that have been mapped out, that people know significantly that they must participate in those seasons, whether your religious affiliation don't accept it or not. But think of it as a possibility for you to be able to make a lot more sales. Well, religion is quite a great stronghold, but I just want to urge you to use those seasons, because those seasons will do a whole lot more to be able to make you make money. All right. So now, at this point, if you're just joining us right now, if you're just watching this right now, go ahead and share this video so a lot of people can tend to watch this video and get some the things that I've been teaching that can really help their own online business. All right, so pause right now. You can go and pause and go to emekanobis.com and put your name and your email, and then share this video so that anybody who is your friend on your timeline, on your platforms, can be able to also participate in this, right, and learn. All right, so the ninth thing I want to share with you is, don't force people to use one channel for payment. Don't force people to use one channel for payment. Don't ever do that. So some individuals, you want them to just use their cards and pay. Some people would never want to put their cards online. So give them opportunities to reach inbox and do a transfer. Give them opportunities to reach inbox and do a transfer. Don't tell them you must use the link, you must use it. You lose sales. That's the truth. You will. And then when it comes to banks, I've noticed that some individuals have this love for certain banks. Some people like Guarantee Trust Bank. Some of them like Zenith Bank. Some of them like. So what I did was now I have 4 bank accounts. 4 bank accounts that I operate. 4 different bank accounts, and they are the major big banks, actually, the major banks. And so some individuals, I don't like this one. Do you like this one? I send it to them. So what happens is that if I'm using a particular account to gather all the monies together for that particular product I'm selling on that campaign, if they transfer money into my Guarantee Trust Bank, all I need to do is to take it from the Guarantee Trust Bank and put it into Zenith Bank or put it into Access Bank. No scheme pain whatsoever. All right. So give them multiple chances to be able to. I think I noticed this also when I went to buy something in a supermarket. And when I got there, after buying, I wanted to do a transfer, and the guy said he didn't have Zenith Bank. And I said, okay, was it Zenith Bank or GT Bank? I can't remember. But he said something. He said that he noticed that on his 2 different, when he was using a particular kind of POS, he wasn't seeing his money. That was what he said. But with the new bank, he was seeing his money. And so displayed there was the new account number for us to pay into, because he was seeing his money, whatever that meant. So give people the opportunities to do transfers. And if you can have many bank options, please, by all means, do. It will help you a whole lot. Then the 10th one I want to share is last minute rushes. Man, this one is something, I don't know, I think it's just inbuilt in human beings to want to do things the last minute. So you see that in Nigeria, we're doing last minute preparations for the World Cup. We're doing last minute preparations, for 11th hour stuff, right? So in all the times that I've done things online, done launches online, product campaigns, I get the highest numbers of payments towards the closing time. So sometimes I usually like to close my launches at 12 midnight. You will find people reaching out to you at 11:59 p.m. wanting to make a payment. But this individual has been seen over time. Sometimes they are relaxing and watching people to see if they're actually going to pay, and then they make up their mind to come to pay. So what I do is to sit up and wait. I'm checking my messages, I'm replying them, because I want them to take the decision and make a payment. Usually the bulk of payments that I get are usually towards 2 days, 3 days, final hour before the close of the campaign. It's just something with human beings. So when you are doing that, just wake up and wait for them, because they are sending money to you, right? Don't say, just click. No, just wake up. They are sending messages. They're giving you excuses why they had not paid before. Accept and wait for them to make the final the transfer to your account or make the payment. That is an absolutely beautiful place to be. All right. So remember, last minute purchases, they are often the bulk of the volume of the money that you're making when it comes to you doing a product campaign online. It's important for you to understand that. Then finally, follow up. Right now, I'm using a company called Selar, Selar.co to do some of my campaigns. I noticed that I could see abandoned transactions at the back end. So what do? I go at the back end and then I download the CSV file. They usually send you can get the CSV file, and I can take out all the emails of the abandoned transactions, and then I send them emails. So what I do is that I just write them and tell them, I noticed that you wanted to make a transaction. What happened? Did network fail you? Did you not see your bank on it? Did something just happen? All right, so I'm just here and I'm available to you. Whatever the case is, I'm here to solve the issue. You can either reach out to me on WhatsApp, but in any case, this is the bank number to transfer to. Please make a transfer. Let me know by replying this email and I'll fix you up immediately. That's it. You've got to follow up. You've got to follow up on conversations. You've got to follow up on chats, because people tend to forget. So people may have reached out to your inbox. Find a way of documenting. Reach out to them. Reach out via chat. Reach out via WhatsApp. Inbox. Have the conversations again. Some people call it cold call. Get on the phone and call, and tend to remind them, okay, I noticed that you wanted to really make a purchase at the right time. What could have been the issues? Is there something that you would want us to have a chat over? Is there some challenge you're having? Or let's have a chat. Let's have a conversation. And usually most of those conversations will lead to sales and people will get to buy. So remember, abandoned transactions are people who actually wanted to pay you, but for certain reasons, or maybe they were in a bus or they were traveling somewhere and they wanted to make and then they forgot, or something just took away their attention, and then they forget. All right, following them up. And I see a lot of people do this doing Facebook ads. That's what is called retargeting in Facebook ads. So they land on your website, something could have happened, maybe a network glitch or something. So the Facebook pixel that you install on the site captures them, and then they can see a different ad telling them, oh, okay, I think I noticed that you got on it. I want maybe not to buy, something like that. Oh, whatever the case is, just go ahead right now. We want you to get this product, blah, 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 And then because the Facebook pixel has captured the action that they were about to take on your website, and so you can do a retargeting ad to be able to get them. That's also a form of follow-up. I just shared with you my experience, and this is what you can also do with Facebook ads. So it's a beautiful thing to do, follow-up. Then finally, please keep selling. Keep selling. Nobody should make you feel bad for selling online. I sell every day. I can make a post that has to do with inspiration, and then the next post I'm doing is a teaching post. But every day I must do a sales post, because I want to make money daily on social media or my website or whatever space, whether it's WhatsApp or whether it's Instagram. You've got to keep selling, because the more you sell, the more your products can reach people who actually need your products, the more that they become empowered as a result of the transformation that your product is putting in their own lives, in their businesses. The more money you make. The more money you make, the more you can reach a lot more lives. What is so beautiful about that is very beautiful, because it's from the place of love that you're creating the solutions that people are taking into their own lives and having the results that your product intended for them to have. So keep selling, keep selling, keep selling. I hope that this session made a lot of sense to you. If you've got questions, let me know. You can reach out to me personally via any of my channels or my WhatsApp. All right, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp directly. Right, +234 902 515 3322. All right, +234 9025 15 3322. You can reach out to me and I can have a chat with you, or you can visit my website emekanobis.com. Whatever, Facebook, follow me, Instagram, anywhere you feel like, anywhere you're watching this video from. It's good to have been in your face. All right, so got any questions whatsoever, I would love to know, and I'll reach out to you. I hope that this made a lot of sense to you, and I hope that you can take all the things you've learned and then you can put them together, and I see your sales tripling. I see your sales doubling. I see your sales quadrupling online. All right. So from me to you, Emeka Nobis, thank you for watching. Ciao, ciao.